Hey there! I'm going to show what life is like without a vertical milling machine, just using a drill press. I enjoy using the drill press, and I thought I'd just turn this on and just show something simple for people not used to doing machine work here. So let's get to it. I have this block here that I made for various purposes, and I was just cutting off some carbide, and I had this vise mounted directly to the machine table, and I had to lower the head of the wheel head of the machine all the way. And I go, it would be a lot nicer if I could raise the vise up and use it for cutting off that carbide. So I'm gonna use this riser block, and I have a V groove cut on the other side. This is actually the bottom, but you can just flip it either way. And I'm gonna show you how I locate and drill holes. Now, you can take this wiggler, really a cool old-time tool. You just put it lightly in the chuck. And I got the drill running real slow. We're in no big hurry. You may be in a hurry, but I'm not. Okay. Old-time Walker Turner here. Okay, I'm gonna take these clamps loose and locate my X mark. I got an X marks the spot in this ink here. I'm gonna get it right close. Doesn't have to be real exact. These are just hold down holes. I don't want that thing to fall off there, that's for sure. Get a clamp under there. In an earlier episode, I made a block that fits underneath the table here to help clamp, and it's just great. Fantastic. It just makes, on this particular drill press, my old Craftsman drill press I used in the woodworking department is a little better for clamping. Has a longer spindle travel too. Okay. And I don't think I need to do a center drill. Let me get this in the chalk. Kind of find a good place where it feels good. And tighten all three of them. And all three holes. It's a thing to do. Now I'm using my wax lube. It's got like Tap Magic, beeswax, Tap Magic, sulfurized cutting oils, different things in here. I've gotten away from the more toxic stuff, I'll tell you that. Okay, get it going here. And I'm just gonna peck at it just a little bit, make sure the lock's off. And that point found a good spot. It's not wobbling, so I'm just going to push it in. Now, it could be run a little bit faster, that's for sure, but this is just good enough. And I'm going to get a hole in it. It's not wandering or anything. Cutting real nice. Okay, I went through there. Now I'm going to put a real deep countersink, or fairly deep. It makes it easy to start the tap and makes it easier to deburr and not raise burrs as you use it. So here that is. And with that wax on the brush, I'm going to put a little in that hole on this. Okay, by the way, I resharpened this with the MA Ford sharpening fixture. Okay. Old habit putting things together in these chucks. Okay, I'm going to go pretty deep here. That's deep enough. Looks good too. Okay. Now, the only tap I've got, mostly in threading on the stuff I work on, is almost always fine thread. But this is a hold down bolt and coarse threads. And coarse thread taps kind of get chewed up pretty quick. The only thing I got on hand that will work real good is the sharp plug tap, I think. Not bottom, and it's plug. So it's going to start kind of hard. And all I got to do with this thing is get it to start true. Okay? And not necessarily have to tap this thing all the way through here, right? So I'm going to go around and get this pretty snug. Okay. Get this wax on there. Now, I'm going to take the key and stick it in a hole. See that? And I'm going to bear down on it and start digging that tap in. And when it stops, I'm going to back off. You just got to go easy, especially with a plug tap. I hear the old train out there. They've closed down a lot of the tracks here. And like tore out the last of the old sawmills. There was 5 sawmills here, and now there are none. And also, I just noticed that the only automotive machine shop has closed. It says on the window that they have retired. So there's no place in town here you can take a motor to be rebuilt. And most of you know that newer car engines are made basically not to be rebuilt. They're just not designed for that. Okay, see, I'm going a little bit at a time here. And then I'll get the tap going straight, then generally finish it on the bench. And just turning it by hand, you won't break the tap like this with this short wrench. And it's not slipping in the chuck, but you have to back it off and break that chip because it's a hand tap. See, I can go all the way through it like this. We'll keep going a little bit. Okay. Like I say, I'm just using what I have on hand. And you know, this little town here is kind of isolated. And a lot of times it's not easy to find things. And it's not going to get any better, I'll tell you that. Okay, see, it started to slip in the chuck there, so I know I got to back it off and break that chip. Give it another turn. See, we're almost through there, I think. Yeah, I think that... I'm not sure just where that train's heading. Yep, no more automotive machine shop, and there'll never be another. I don't believe. So to get something like that done, one would have to go to, what is the Tri-Cities here, Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland, see what's there, I'm not even sure, or over to Spokane. Or find somebody that's doing stuff out of their garage, you know? Okay, I'm gonna give up on that and use a hand tap to finish it on the bench. It'd be just a lot easier, or a wrench. Now that I got those holes started straight. Okay, I'll be back in a bit here. Okay, we'll go from over here at the old Walker Turner drill press over here to the bench. And I got this piece in here, and I'll just finish tapping the holes right here on the bench. I hope you're all doing good. It's a nice day here, and I can get quite a bit done. A lot of little things. Hardly old Abelson is what that was. The Indian guys used to say, "Hail, hail the Indian chief, it's Harley Davidson that causes the grief." Yeah. Chloe, knock it off. Better come in here and say hi and eat a bone. I'm using Tap Magic here, and it works pretty good. It really does. And you wanna be careful and try not to get that on you, or any of these shop chemicals. And they say so, read the labels on these things. It says here, apply a few drops to the metal at the point of contact with the cutting tool. Use as needed. Okay? So you don't want to overdo it with this stuff. And I have to say I'm pretty impressed with this. It works pretty good. Now, some of the earlier formulations of Tapmatic after banning of the 1,1,1-trichloroethene weren't very good, I didn't think, but this is very good. And I think what these companies do is they just change a molecule in the old formulas. Now, where'd that go? Okay, I gotta find everything. That slipped away. Now, this is a reality show here, and the reality is I can't find that tap, so I dug out another one. I'll find it. I found some drill bits looking. Oh my. So here's the next one to finish. I'm gonna try not to lose this one. But I've got these wooden grates here, and I think it's under one of them. This one's working fine. That other one's just a little bit sharper. This is a taper. But most everything around work and stuff uses fine thread more than coarse thread. And they found that fine thread holds better than coarse thread if it stays tight. All the way through there. This is going to be pretty nice. I'm going to lose it again, huh? Okay. It's more right on the point of contact, they say. And I got it right on there. And I got a good start on these threads. So, and they're just for hold down bolts too. Just like that. If you're not familiar with this piece of metal, it's something that I salvaged and machined all sides of it in the horizontal mill, using both the horizontal spindle and the vertical spindle, I think. Now, I could have done this location stuff on the jig board, but it doesn't require that kind of accuracy and stuff, so I just did it on a little drill press. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. So I'll clamp when I use this for. Let me tighten it one more time here. I'm going to use some hold down clamps. And the center one, I can actually put a bolt through and rotate this thing at an angle and present it to the wheels how I need to do it at any angle. But basically it's going to be like this with a hold down there and there for a heavy cutoff, and that'll give it a little bit of offset, because on these old grinders like this, the wheels don't really stick over the table without an extension. And that's one of the things I can do with the tool post grinding attachment hooked to that vintage tool and cutter grinder, is have a tilting spindle, plus I'm going to fabricate some spindles that do extend over the table now that I have all these fixtures to work with and time to do it. And I think that's going to be good here. Oh, I was going to flip that over. There. Little V-groove there, and I can set this on the drill press and clamp things to it, even on the workbench. Okay, I gotta give Chloe some bones or something. I'll be back. Okay, that's all this thing has to do, is just offset the vise a little bit over so I can use the cutoff wheel and be able to cut close to the vise. So I've got all the room necessary now to do that operation. Sort of a little on the heavy side of tool and cutter grinder use. So just kind of like milling, you want to get a good setup, a good strong setup. So I raised this up because I was running out of room to center the wheel. I had to put stuff up towards the top of the vise. So this will get everything within a working range vertically and horizontally, and then enough offset to do any kind of grinding I need to do. And then also I've got an extra hole here, and I can adjust this for angles, which is pretty nice when you're shaping carbide to get all the angles in you can while you're roughing out a piece. Cutting tool making, you know, and going to be doing a lot of that. Okay, I'll be back in the next video. You guys have a good day.